Hello, listeners. Welcome back to Bingkai Suara Podcast with me, Luciana. In today's episode, we will talk about an interesting, relatable issue. We're going to talk about AI or artificial intelligence through songs by the one and only Hong Kong based Mexican alternative electro rock band, DeerMX. Hello, Miguel.
Hello.
Hi. How are you today?
Fine. Quite busy, to be honest.
Oh, okay. It's pretty good to have you here. And congratulations for your latest EP AI.
Thank you so much.
The idea of talking about AI through music is so unique and out of the box, you know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, your previous EP is Fables of Humanity and Mother Nature. So are you trying to
True.
say that your band really focus on telling deep stories about humanity and the world?
Oh, that's very kind. You know what? I always think Adriana is the best for the interviews, because she's the one who writes the lyrics. And I don't know, she has a vision like maybe it's not too common to see. Like, she doesn't like to talk about the same topics people talk. So, like in the Fables of Humanity, she wrote a song for this, for one character, for a beetle, you know,
Mhm.
like the dung beetle. And the Egyptians, how they see this tiny insect that for them was even a god, who
Mhm.
was carrying the sun. So Adriana is this kind of person who can write a song about Dante Alighieri's Divine Comedy. And now he's like, I want to talk about AI. It's like, okay, Adriana, you can do whatever you want.
It's always out of the box then, consistently out of the box.
Yeah.
Before we're talking deeper about the AI, let's talk about the band itself, Deer MX. Um, Deer, why the name Deer? Is it inspired by the animal? Or what's the
Yeah.
connection between a deer?
When we came to Hong Kong, we came 2012. So we have 13 years living in Hong Kong. So in the first years, I took a pictures of some hints, you know, and we were in a park and was a ceramic one, like on a sculptor. And then looking for the names, there was a picture I really liked that
Mm.
I modified. And one day we were looking for a name. It's like how we call the band. And I saw that picture and it's like, why do we don't call it Deer? Only
Okay.
was like Deer, like, yeah, whatever. But now I regret.
Oh, why? Why though? Because it's so unique.
But you know what? I think the big issue with deer is like there are many deer,
Yeah.
you know? So that's why we have to add the MX,
Mm. Mhm.
like part of the name. We don't like it either, so many people even they know us as DeerMX, deer.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
it really
Yeah.
we
What is
want more to be the sound.
Deer mix? Okay. What is
Uh,
MX itself?
Mexico, yeah, for
Oh.
Mexico.
Oh, I see.
But you know
Okay.
what? The streaming services they shouldn't know this because you cannot put the MX belonging to the country. So we had a big issue there. So I really regret the name sometimes.
No, but it's good. Dear mix. Dear mix. Welcome, dear mix.
Yeah, so we are fine. Because
Okay.
when you
Mhm.
listen to music, I don't know, we are classical trained. So when you hear Bach, you know when it's Bach. When you listen Mozart, you know it's Mozart. So we want that. Like if somebody
Mhm.
listen, oh, that's
Mhm.
Deer or
Yeah.
whatever the hell they name
Mhm.
is.
Yeah. Right. Let's go deeper into the song then.
Okay.
This EP has 5 tracks, including 2 remixes. The first
Yeah.
single release was Human and followed by You've Left Me Nothing and then AI. What message are you trying to convey through these songs?
Adriana tried to write a triptych of like to connect the stories.
Mhm.
like human backlash is like trying to ask AI what it means to be human, you know, something that cannot be human. So it's like, tell me what is a human, you know? So you left me nothing, and AI, they'll go more about how technology always has a very good purpose.
Mm.
Technology is to facilitate
Mhm.
what we do in the daily basis. But usually humans we take it in the wrong direction, you know,
Okay.
to try to distort reality, like maybe try to pretend something that you are not,
Mhm.
try to make it look so beautiful or more appealing. So, and even this hasn't happened only with AI, but I think it's gonna take it to another level, you know?
Mhm.
So now it's gonna be, it can be you modified. You know what? I want to be in the desert and I want to. So it's gonna start to distort your reality. So I think in a long term, it's gonna be something not beneficial. I think
Okay. Okay.
only if it's not for research or something to really help humanity. You
Mhm.
know, more in a scientific field.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, your cover album itself, is it true that it was created by AI? Is that correct?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. Well, besides that, was AI also used in composing the music?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
It's
That
no.
is something.
Okay.
No.
All
That
right.
is something like, you know, it's gonna be like a backfire when you say something like, "I'm against of AI, but I'm using AI." You
Yeah.
know,
That's
because it's
questioning.
like that is like why you're telling me this. But I think something like many independent bands we suffer is budget. You know, it's something like we really suffer. Like if I could hire a designer or a person who can recreate everything I want, it's gonna be very easy. But when you don't have this, maybe something becomes a tool, you know? So we invited one friend from Thailand. He's British, but he's living in Thailand.
Mhm.
He's an artist, a designer. He even was the person who helped us with the visual effects in the video of AI. So he's a person who knows. So he's a person who didn't make everything with AI, but was a tool to help
Was
him
a
to
tool.
create the cover.
Yes.
So in this case, when it's a tool and it's gonna make you something easier, I think it's fine as a tool,
Mhm.
you know. But when you use it, then it's gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna sell you my new painting, and I'm gonna write only this, and it's made with AI. You
Mhm.
say like, there's no technique on that,
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
know.
Yep.
So in this case, for us that we are classical trained and we have a background in music, Adriana and I, we find that like we suppose we are capable of doing this. You
Okay.
know,
Mhm.
I don't need something to tell me how to do it. But something I think happens with AI and even with a lot of media for research is like people they don't want to waste time. You know, learning the skills,
Mhm.
mastering the skills, and then start to put all of those things in practice. So now it's gonna be like, you know what, I want to sound like Coldplay combining, I don't know, Avril Lavigne, and there you go, that's your song. You know, so that is the part I don't like. I like the part, the whole starting point, like when you create the beat or you create the melody and you go to the whole process.
Mhm.
And even this EP took us like 4 years,
Oh,
3 songs,
really? Wow.
3 songs. Because, and something that happened also with Fables was like, we need to hire a drummer, we need to hire brass instruments,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
need to hire string instruments. So again, it's like, I need to save money, I can do it this way. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Adriana and I, Adriana and I take very seriously like what we are doing, and we try to make it the
Mm-hmm.
best we can. So the AI song is from 2021, but it's finally finished in 2023. But we have the EP already done. So many songs that you're listening are from years behind. And the new
Wow.
music we are gonna release next month. We are gonna release something new next month. We are
Oh,
gonna be releasing. It's from 2 years ago. So we are creating, and we have like layers, backing up.
wow. Well, so there's no AI in composing the music, but musically the
No.
song has a beautiful electronic influence. Okay. Is there a specific message you wanted to convey through the music composition itself? Because it took 3 years.
Oh, you know what? When I was studying piano,
Mm-hmm.
my teacher used to tell me like, you're not gonna be a good pianist
Oh no.
because because I don't want to brag. She said this: you are too smart, and you care about any tiny detail and every tiny note, and you cannot do that. So when we compose, I'm a person who's gonna sit, and I think many of your audience, they know, like, I'm gonna sit, or you sit, and you spend 1 hour, 3 hours, details. Okay. And the next day you go back again, details. You know? So these kind of things sometimes make the process slower, because you want what you really want, like what
Mm-hmm.
you're hearing in your head. So sometimes that's why I think the process is a bit slow.
Wow, you really a detailed person, and can I say perfectionist person in a good way? Are you?
Yeah, but I think it's never for good. You know what? I think the nice thing is, like, we release. It's like, okay, we need to release.
Okay. Well, talking about AI in music industry, do you think AI will ever create music better than humans itself?
No, 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 because at the end of the day, is learning from humans. You know, so unless that you write something like, I want a piece like, even I asked once, I tried once. It's like, I want to sound
Okay.
like Nine Inch Nails with a Stravinsky,
Mm-hmm.
and send me like a Coldplay song. Is like, what? You know? So I think, like, the best way to do it is like, you experiment with it. You know,
Uh-huh.
I think that is the best option,
So it's
and
no.
I think it's sad, but sorry.
So it's no. Even though you input the right prompt.
Yeah, he didn't give me anything. Maybe
Okay.
one day. I think in this case it's better, like, you go practice, do it, go, fail.
Mhm.
I think it's very easy, because Adriana and I, we are teachers in Hong Kong.
Oh. Oh, okay.
So I see
What
I
teacher?
see how the kids, we teach music.
Mm.
So I see how kids, they don't want to learn.
Mm.
You
Mm.
know, it's like, just tell me the notes, I play it. I don't want to know. And it's
Okay.
like, oh my god, I need to deal with this. And in Mexico was like, learn it for next week,
Mm.
or
Mm.
you know how it's gonna be the consequences.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think these kind of things are the ones, like, maybe can make AI work for the young generations. You
Mm.
know,
Mhm.
like, I want everything fast. I don't
Mhm.
want to think. I need to write, and I'm gonna get it back.
Okay.
when the skills takes years.
Right. But there's no denying that many people use AI today. In your opinion, what do you think is the proper way to use AI, and to what extent can AI help us, especially in the musical industry?
Hmm. I think it can help.
Mm-hmm.
It's useful.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, it's like another Google. It's
Mm-hmm.
only a search, or maybe I don't know how to use it. Maybe I'm getting too old for using it, you know. But yeah, because like when I was a teenager, I used to go to the library.
Ah.
So two generations after me or one is like I don't need to go to the library. I have internet. I search Wikipedia. So there are many things like it starts to make it easier or more appealing.
Mm-hmm.
But I really think AI can be helpful, like as is Google now. But for the music industry, I think it's gonna it's gonna the only thing I think the people like big company records are the ones like will survive all this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And maybe from time to time there's a golden ticket a person can get. Like
Oh, yeah,
this
right.
person was lucky enough to make it. But I think music is becoming more like something like you can consume it 1 week and next week it's gonna be something else, and the
Mm-hmm.
week after that is gonna be something new, and there's not gonna be relevance.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Right.
it's not like the 80s, or the 60s. Like one song could stay like 1 year
Yep.
in the top hit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now it's like the summer, and next year is gonna be another song.
Yeah.
You know, even the TV shows. Before you had to wait like 1 week to watch the next one. Now you have to wait like 2 years, but they give you everything at once. Like there's nothing to stop. Everything is very fast.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
I like the way you say that AI is just like Google. It's a tool. So basically, people have to learn the basic, because when the tool is gone and the person doesn't understand the basic, that person becomes nothing without that tool, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how. Last time we went to Indonesia was 2018,
In
but
Soundrenaline, right?
yeah, we played that year.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing place. But in Hong Kong, people they need even old people they need Google Maps.
Okay.
It's like what? You need Google Maps? You're like a local person, you know? I understand for young generations again, but in old times, like in Mexico, I asked my dad, "Hey, I need to go to this place. You need to go to this place. You need to go there, and then da, 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 da." Even they give you very specific directions.
Mhm.
Or dad, I need to go, or my mom, I need to go. Oh yes, you have to go this way, blah blah blah. But nowadays, nobody knows. It's
Yep.
like I need to Google. I need to
Yes.
Google Maps.
I Google. Yes. I do that the same. I use Google Maps.
It's like you know what? I think it's convenient. Again, it's convenient if you
Mm,
want to know, like, if you're in a different city, it's like, okay, before was a paper map,
mhm.
maybe now it's Google Maps.
Yep.
But when you're in your own city, like, I don't need it for many things. But it's useful. At the end of the day, it's useful. Google is
Mm,
useful. All these things are useful. But the problem, I think, without them, we might be obsolete. You know? Because your brain is not there anymore. Your
yep.
brain is your phone,
Mhm.
So that's something. I don't know. There are many nice skills there, like how to read the sun. You know, with Adriana when we were in Mexico, I never practiced here. Adriana was. I never carried a watch, but I know how to read the sun. When
Oh,
it's in the center, that's noon. When it's moving, but that
wow.
is something like maybe very basic. And Adriana, what time is it? It's like I think it's around 1:30. And she
Wo-
was like, "Oh my God, you're right."
That's cool.
This kind of stuff, like maybe nobody can do it. I think there are people who knows who travel, do camping or this kind of stuff. But these
Mhm,
kind of nice things like
mhm.
make your brain to work a
Yep,
bit, you know,
yep.
learn another language, like you're speaking English as second language. I am speaking in a second language and we are trying to have a conversation. I think it's something like your brain needs, you know?
Right.
And I think it's very nice to keep that thing, that hamster there running, you
Mhm,
know?
mhm,
But now that I have to teach from 3 year old to 7 year old kids, I see it very bad
mhm.
from
Okay.
my perspective, how they are immersed in technology.
Mm, okay. What do you hope your
Not only
listeners?
AI.
Yeah, because of the AI. By the way, what
No,
do
no,
you
not because of, not only because of the, only this, only this, yeah.
what do you hope your listeners take away from this song?
Hmm. We don't think about the message. You know, when I was listening to music, when I started listening to music in the 90s, I didn't know what it talked about. You know, because in Mexico we have a big influence from the states. So everything, if you want to go to South America, you need to pass through Mexico, and if you want to go to the States, you need to pass through Mexico. So all the big artists from Latin America went in Mexico. All the big artists from Europe and the States to Mexico. So we have a very big mix of Spanish and English.
Mhm.
So for me was listening to a lot of MTV.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what it talked about.
You just
So
enjoy
what's the
it.
music itself, you know? And when I listened the first Radiohead album, Kid A was like, I don't know what he's talking about, you know? And when I tried to become a classical composer, I listened to Stravinsky and it was in Russian. And it's like, I don't know what he's talking about, you know, but the music dragged me.
Okay.
And that is something, it still happens, you know? Like, I want people like, it's like, okay, that sounds nice. I enjoy it. Or, nah, I don't like it. Only
Okay.
to produce something, you know? I really don't care. Like, oh, we want you to understand that AI is wrong. No, or
Okay.
not in my case.
All right.
You know, it's like I'm in charge of the music, so I care about the music part.
Okay, maybe I should talk with um
With Adriana,
Adriana. Yes.
yeah, well, she's working now. I'm
Yeah.
working too, if you can see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You're
so
teaching,
I need
right?
to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's
I have to
pretty.
hide from the kids.
That's beautiful. It's very great. Thank you so much, Miguel from DeerMX. It's really good to see you. And
Likewise.
thank you, listeners, for always listening to Bingkai Suara Podcast. See you on the next episode. Bye bye, Miguel. Thank you so much. Have a nice life.
Bye. Thank you so much. You too.
Bye.